So for this feature match, we have Thunder Dragons versus Dark Gouki. Now this is actually happening after the tournament because these are proxies in my Thunder Dragon deck, and this is before Thunder Dragons were even released. So our friend, that guy on the orange side, he is playing against Thunder Dragon for the very first time, and this is going to be a learning experience for him because he has absolutely no idea what any of the cards do, and he's in for a surprise because I already have been playing this online for quite some time and using the proxies. I get to go first, and I'm going to activate Thunder Dragon Dark to search another copy of Thunder Dragon Dark just to set up the Colossus play. So you just need to activate a Thunder monster from your hand, and any of your non-fusion Thunder effect monsters, you can tribute them and special summon out the Thunder Dragon Colossus out of the extra deck. So it's a very easy summoning condition, and I'm going to normal summon out Thunder Dragon Matrix, tribute, and through the tribute, I'm going to put out the Thunder Dragon Colossus. Now he's under one-sided mistake. If you guys don't know what this card does, you're in for a surprise because this is one of the toughest monsters to beat right now, especially if you're trying to destroy it. Destruction's not going to work very well for you because he's basically protected from battle and card effect destruction because he can banish stuff out of the graveyard to protect itself. So I make that and pass turn. This is not a very good turn for me. No Battery Man Solar, none of that stuff going on. In other words, he just needs to answer that one Thunder Dragon Colossus. Now, being a Gouki player, you should know that searching is very essential. It's basically putting you under a draw and logbird for your turn, and that's just not feeling very good. So anything that he sends to the graveyard now won't get any search, so he's going to go into Suplex, Super X, and Super X goes into Bear Hug. Bear Hug is going to half my attack, putting me down to 13. Colossus does have 26 by base, so being at 13, he can try and ram me over. Now he's gonna learn the hard way. I mentioned right at this point, I can protect myself from battle, and that effect is not once per turn, which makes him a very sticky monster. He's there to stay, man. This is his gym. He's working out. He's not leaving. So he's contemplating getting rid of the 2 cards in the graveyard. If he does get rid of the 2 cards in the graveyard, it's going to add up a lot of net pluses for me because, well, I get to proc off their effects, and all the Thunder Dragon Ultra Rares or the ones in the main deck, they have effects when they're banished from anywhere or when they're sent from field to graveyard. So yeah, the effects are pretty good, especially Dark. Dark's going to be able to fetch me anything. And he's just reading it up, and he's like, oh my god, this is just BS. Because he does not have an answer for this. So he's going to swing, and we're going to be taking a 500 beating from that Super X. And I'm going to protect by banishing the Thunder Dragon Dark effect. I am going to be able to get myself a nice little search. Okay, what is it gonna be? So it's gonna be Thunder Dragon Hawk. Hawk is one of the best monsters out there. Oh my god. That thing is just like a 1-card combo. Just ditch it and just start making boards. That's what he's really good at, even making OTKs. And he's gonna continue his swing. He's gonna hit me for another 11, getting rid of both cards, and that would add the 2nd copy of Matrix into my hand. That's if I remember to activate. Remember, those effects are optional. If someone misses their timing, be sure to, like, oh, if they've done something else, it is your job as a player to maintain the game state, and since one person forgot and it's not mandatory, you can easily just say, no, you missed your timing there, you've done something else already. So now he's going to proceed to link it off into Isolde. Isolde will not be able to add any cards from the deck. Oh my god, locked out, no advantage. But you can still do the summoning effect of Isolde, and of course you can still pay cost because I'm only preventing you from searching after all, and he's going to be able to ditch the Phoenix Blade. Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade into the graveyard. That card's so annoying, which allows him to summon out the Octastretch. And of course I am that guy. I am that much of a jerk. I do main deck Floodgates in my in my Thunder Dragon, and I am maining Rivalry Warlords. If you don't main it, I still recommend you guys to side it because being a mono type deck, you can take clear advantage of this, because if he tries to link off, now he has to link off into a warrior, and you can't link off into a warrior right now. No, so yeah, the Octostretch will not die from this. This is not Gozen. See, Goukis are weak against multiple floodgates, both Rivalry and Gozen really hurts. I don't even think they can stand there can only be one, because they require the same type at various points in their combo. So, but Thunder Dragons on the other hand, they kind of thrive in this kind of environment where it's monotype. Oh, I can see that I'm still playing that old school card that I now currently side. The card is Super Poly. So, in the current case here, I think I'm just going to ditch a card. Or I can actually link off my own Thunder Dragon Colossus into some Summoner. Because it's pretty easy to actually get another Colossus out with the Summoner out, because it doesn't exactly matter too much, because you can turn that Link monster into a Thunder Dragon Colossus afterwards anyway. So yeah, I'm going to proceed to normal summon out the Matrix, and I'm going to link it. Now, I already got the other copy of Matrix in hand, so I'm not going to be able to proc any effect here. So you take away the ability for a Gouki player to search, they're gonna realize very quickly why it is such a struggle to maintain card advantage, because everything else used to be so free, not anymore. And some Summoner has been summoned, and apparently I still have a Matrix. I thought I searched another Matrix. Maybe I completely forgot. Now we activate Thunder Dragon Hawk, reviving my Thunder Dragon Dark. And remember, Hawk can revive from the Banished Pile and the Graveyard. Amazing effect. And I also believe it does not target, which makes it so that if they want to do Call by the Grave, they have to Call by the Grave the Thunder Dragon Hawk. Hawk can summon into attack position, whereas Roar can only summon defense position. So we're going to proceed to tribute this particular monster. Dark has been tributed, and we're going to get ourselves Thunder Dragon Colossus. Dark's effect is going to give me a search of any Thunder Dragon card in my deck into my hand. That's pretty nutty. Let's be honest here. It's like playing an uphill battle whenever you play against Thunder Dragon. Once Thunder Dragons hit their setup, it's very annoying. And one thing to note about the Fusion Thunder Dragon is that there are Nomi monsters. They can only be fusion summoned or special summoned using their own condition. They cannot be revived. Just remember that they do have a very limited summoning condition. However limited they are still very easy to summon. Now, we didn't see any kind of busted opening in this game. We didn't see any Battering Man Solar, so we're going to activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion. We're going to shuffle 3 cards back. I think I made a bit of a misplay right here. I should have shuffled back in, instead of the Thunder Dragon Hawk that I put back, I definitely could have tried to put back the Thunder Dragon Colossus that was already in the graveyard, so I can recycle the material a bit more properly. So, you know, that's a learning point for us right there. Remember to shuffle the stuff back. Now, in terms of like default outs to the Thunder Dragon Colossus for Gouki, I think one of the obvious one would be the Unicorn, Nightmare Unicorn in particular, because it doesn't destroy, it just bounces. That's one of the natural outs. Another natural out some people play would be Instant Fusion, where you can summon out Raijin. Raijin can book it down because I'm not immune to targeting, which can open up your searches once again, and then you can go into Assault and just go wombo combo and then kick my ass from that point. So yeah, now I proceed to summon out the Thunder Dragon Titan, and Titan can pop cards. That's what you really need to know. So by activating a Thunder Dragon in my hand, I pop one, and rather than searching multiple Thunder Dragons, I'm going to search them one at a time because I can proc off the Thunder Dragon Titan again. So if you do it one at a time, you can pop more than one card, and that guy now proceeds to scoop because that was a lot of damage. That was over 8,000 damage right there, so we're going to proceed to game 2. He's going to go first, and there's that Instant Fusion that we just mentioned, and he's going with a Raijin. Raijin is going to, well, basically act as a body, so he does pay 1,000 life points for that. He sets the Phantom Knight armor thing that's also a warrior, and now it goes into Isolde. Okay, this is game 2 after all. A bit of siding has kind of come into play, and he's going to add himself a bear hug. And he gets drolled. Does he have the Call by the Grave? If he has Call by the Grave, then I'm basically dead. I don't even think Thunder Dragons can actually eat through... yeah, I don't even think Thunder Dragons can eat through a U-board with a Gumblar play. So he's going to proceed to summon an Octastretch. But having Droll and Lockbird in hand, so this is definitely like a game 2 thing. Normally, a Thunder Dragon deck would not need a Droll in the main deck because, well, Thunder Dragon Colossus already does the same thing, so you can use better hand traps. Like, right now, Ghost Bell is a pretty good choice. I guess I'm having more of a conversation with you guys rather than commentate over the match at this point. So, activate the Thunder Dragon... or the regular Thunder Dragon and Search 2, and I get counter-drolled. That's a very, very good card against Thunder Dragon, especially when you stop some of the searches. You prevent Thunder Dragon Titan from actually popping any more cards. Because most of the cards, whether it be, I guess, the regular Thunder Dragon Bolt, and even Thunder Dragon Matrix, they won't be able to get their searches back. So anything that I commit onto the field at this point is going to significantly subtract cards out of my hand. So I'm just going to go into one copy of Thunder Dragon Colossus, and I'm going to whack the Octastretch, because you don't get a search at this point, so that's the most ideal thing. Even though I could have whacked the Isolde too, it doesn't really matter, because under Droll and Lockbird, neither of us get to search anyway. But I don't want him to have that material. For if he does use Impermanence and turn my monster off, that would really, really suck. So the best way to kind of turn off the Thunder Dragon cards would just be negate their effects. Or steal them. Mind Control. Legit card. Seriously. So we're going to see the Phoenix Blade being added back to hand by banishing out the Octastretch. And he's going to activate the Phantom Knight Trap. This time it was already preset. However, I chain Impermanence because it was in the same column. It is negated and therefore it goes to the graveyard. Does not get that summon. That guy proceeds with a Living Fossil, reviving out the Droll and Lockbird. Now, at this point, I feel like I'm out of options here because he's going to be able to clear off the Thunder Dragon Colossus. As long as you guys know which out you naturally have in your deck, you should try to go for as soon as possible so that you can actually combo, but don't expend too many resources into killing the Colossus. Another really good card would be trying to side in a Kaiju, because it's a free kill. It doesn't cost you anything except for giving me a monster. So Unicorn goes through. I did lose my Colossus. It's back into my extra deck. But being stunned for so long, he didn't exactly gain much advantage because his Octastretch, and I feel like he almost has a bricked hand at this point. But he's doing some things right. Using Unicorn to get rid of the Thunder Dragon Colossus, very important card. His graveyard doesn't look very fulfilling right now. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, hey, what happened to the old top-down layout? Oh, I'll take a little swing, 22 damage. Well, this is my travel layout. This is the layout that I can set up when I bring my small camera out and get that going. Usually when I do the top-down layout with a triple camera and everything, that's because I'm recording in a studio or I brought it for my tournaments. Aside from that, I usually like to bring a lighter setup because who wants to bring, you know, tripods and all that other junk into locals? So I set one pass. I can't play. Too many copies of Thunder Dragons in hand. He's going to proceed with an Armageddon Knight. And he's going to summon it right below the other extra monster zone. No, is that my floodgate? No! Oh my god, it's a super poly. Because both Unicorn and Armageddon Knight are dark. Now remember, Griffin is the light, Unicorn's the dark. Of course his effect still goes off. He still gets a Mill of Malicious, and I get to summon out Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. The only thing you guys need to know about Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is that it can copy an effect, and when it is, I believe, destroyed by battle or card effect, while this card is fusion summoned, you get to nuke all the special summon monster on your opponent's side of the field. That is not good for him because he did use his normal summon, so anything that he brings out onto the field now is going to be a special summon, and if this guy gets wiped out, it is over. So yeah, nothing he can really do about it. I had no choice but to pass turn the previous turn because, well, I actually have too many copies of Thunder Dragon and there's not much I can do. Man, I think he's just got completely taken by surprise that I played Super Poly. Super Poly is a side deck card. I wouldn't recommend maining it, but in one of my previous builds I showcased, I did use Super Poly in the main, and this is kind of like the aftermath of that. Side decking it, definitely a very, very good card, especially against any deck that runs a lot of darks. Starving Venom is free, and then you can also use Super Poly in the mirror match. That way you can actually turn off the opposing Thunder Dragon Colossus, because Colossus on the board makes it very difficult for you to put out your own Colossus. And in fact, in the mirror match, you want to put out Titan, because Titan can proc off your opponent activating Thunder monsters from their hand as well. But back at the match at hand, with the Starving Venom on the field, 2800 beat stick, he's down to like 2 cards. The match isn't looking too spicy for him. Oh, but he does have a Monster Reborn. He can keep pushing forward. Normal summon used. He does have a... well, he has a Unicorn, or he can go with the Armageddon Knight to set up another card into the graveyard. The problem here is this, that Unicorn is Link 3, and with it being Link 3, you can't exactly use it to go into like a Borrowload or Borrow Sword, because you need 2 additional monsters for that. You need 3+ materials to make one of those big boys, and being a 3, you can count for a 3 or 1. Not exactly. You can go to a Firewall, but you need to find some way to link it off and get a bit of co-link to do the proper bounce. So we're gonna see a Banish. We're gonna see Summon of Malicious. Does he have in his Soul? If he has in his Soul, he can actually continue to pursue the play. But his Soul won't be able to summon anything because both copies of his equips are in the graveyard now. Oh, that's not looking good. So even his Soul isn't very useful either. And Unicorn has been used to take out the Colossus, so he's running out of resources in the extra deck to take out big beefy monsters. I feel like this is just like a moment of like timing and tempo where he burned out a lot of the stuff that he really needed to kind of clear this current situation. Of course, the Super Poly was just a sacky card that he did not expect, and he's forced to pass turn. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's Battery Man Soul. This thing is the juicer, Battery Man Juicer, because he's gonna juice up all your Thunder monsters, because the combos that you set up with a Solar on the field, that card is nuts. So you summon it, and then you can send 1 Thunder monster from the deck to the graveyard. Essentially the same as his Armageddon Knight, but for Thunder combos. And within the graveyard, there's a lot more Thunder monsters you can actually activate. And if you guys don't know, I'm banishing a Light in the Dark. Yeah, that's right, a Light in the Dark for BLS. BLS is going to be able to whack 2 guys, and he's going to proceed to scoop this one up. A bit unfortunate because he was locked out. So game 1, I won the die roll, so I went first, open with a Thunder Dragon Colossus and a Rivalry, which completely shut down that guy from opening up his combo. Game 2, Droll came into play, where Droll was completely pushing towards a tempo shift, even though he had something. And then the Super Poly play was just a complete throw off, where he got a good minus on your opponent's side. Of course, these plays or these games were played for learning the matchup. He didn't know what was going on. So huge props to you. I guess some of the misplay police is like, oh my god, he could have done something else. I'm gonna give you guys an updated build of my current Thunder Dragon where Denko Sekka is part of it too, because she is super important for the Sky Striker matchup, and being able to turn off Widow Anchors by just summoning, it is hilarious. But that's all I got for this video, guys. I'll try to give you guys more feature match in the near future. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit me up with a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit that subscribe button, and I'll try to keep you guys updated with more and more meta level games. Until next time, that's it. End phase now. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job, and you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.